Port Allegany Pee Wee Gators. Number 1, Brayton Neese. Number 2, Thomas Morey. Number 3, Chance Kisco. Number 5, Raiden Sisson. Number 9, Angus Burford. Number 10, Cam Stoffer. Number 12, Cade Stacknick. Number 14, Duncan Ayers. Number 17, Waylon Hoteling. Number 19, Brazen Caldwell. Number 22, Roger Green. Number 25, Blake Benson. Number 28, Gage Reese. Number 31, Jackson Rankin. Number 32, Dakota Rajak. Number 34, Bradley Benson. Number 53, Connor Roach. Number 55, Dustin Lunn. Number 56, Eddie Kinner. Number 61, Jace Price. Number 70, Number 82, Josh Brown. Gators are coached by Jeremy Neese, Travis Rankin, Jamie Kisco, and Aaron Austin. The Pee Wee cheerleaders: Ashlyn Ayers, Brenna Eckenrode, Adelie Fezeden, Karen Green, Sadie Haggard, Jaden Howard, Caden Smith, Eliana Keck, Raina Laniger, Kylie Mohan, Fiona Main, Eliana Niles, Madison Okerlund, Jocelyn Reese, Kenzie Stiles, Rita Toom. The Pee Wee cheerleaders are coached by Dixie Gay, Trisha Curran, Jen Cornelius, Sarah Broden, and Shanna Eckenrode. The Pony cheerleaders: Zoe Austin, Evelyn Barber, Shelly Chapman, Elena Cornelius, Trinity Cumby, Kirsten Freer, Clover Gay, Isabella Hammond, Savannah Harmon, Allison Kohler, Lillian Langworthy, Delaney Laniger, Olive Mason, Maylee Nellis, Aubrey Rushmore, November Rushmore, Malia Smoker, McKenna Stiles, Cheyenne Toom, Cheyenne Weimer. The Pony cheerleaders are coached by Dixie Gay, Trisha Cornelius, and Sarah Roden. the Pony Gators. Number 2, Adam Hauber. Number 3, Colt Taylor. Number 4, Brock Arthur. Number 10, Canyon Carlson. Number 12, Resner Sisson. Number 13, Jace Sheelander. Number 15, Oliver Parrish. Number 16, Joseph Spiegel. Number 17, Matthew Morey. Number 19, Zayden Main. Number 21, Brayton Morey. Number 25, Landon Easton. Number 26, Austin Albany. Number 27, Richard Green. Number 33, Douglas Keck. Number 36, Carson Haggard. Number 42, Lila Brown Newman. Number 45, Thomas Crabb. Number 53, Levi Warnick. Number 56, Landon Lineman. Number 67, Landon Babcock. Number 71, Canyon Young. Number 73, Jason Spencer. Number 76, Ryan Philhart. Number 79, Aaron Moore. Manager, Owen Morey. The Pony Gators are coached by Kerry Hauber, Justin Philhart, Pat Warnick, Jason Okerlund, Daniel Morey, and Jeff Albany. The Port Allegany Pee-wee and Ponies are both 2-0 and will play countersport tomorrow at Cart Park. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gator Field for tonight's varsity matchup between the Union AC Valley Falcon Knights and the Gators. Yeah, I'm Jeremy Morey. I'm here in the press box, joined with Carrie Hovers. Good to see you, Carrie.
Good to see you, Jeremy.
And give you guys a little background here for Union AC Valley. Certainly not a team that the Gators can afford to overlook on the schedule. They come in here at 3-1, tied for second behind the Gators in District 9, Region 2. They are tied with Red Bank Valley for that second spot. How the Falcon Knights got here? Opening week, dropped a big one to Red Bank Valley, 49-13, but have strung together 3 straight wins, beating Ridgeway 14-6, Keystone 21-0, and then last week beating Kane 33-14. Some players that we need to watch here tonight for Union AC Valley on the offensive side of the ball is Owen Bish, their quarterback. Really does it all. He is 36 for 61 with 400 yards passing, 3 TDs, and 2 picks on the season. And to complement that, he's a heck of a rusher as well. 45 carries with 303 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. He had 185 yards rushing against Keystone as they pitched that shutout. Other players to watch on the offensive side of the ball in the backfield, Jorge Reyes. He has 24 carries on the year with 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. Max Gallagher, 32 carries for 142 yards and a touchdown, and is also a receiver at 12 receptions for 124 yards. On the outside for the Falcon Knights, Aiden Fox is their go-to receiver with 10 receptions and 99 yards and 2 TDs. Defensively for the Union AC Valley Falcon Knights, they have 6 interceptions on the season. Bish with 1, Fox with 2, Elise with 1, and Elliott with 2. They have yet to record a defensive sack, so hopefully that can continue tonight against the Gators. And for Port Allegany, as you all probably know, come in here at 4-0, sitting atop District 9 Region 2 and ranked 5th in the state for Class A football. Week 1, Port Allegany hosted Keystone and defeated them 35-18. Week 2, we go over to Smethport and just put a licking on the Hubs, 73-6. Week 3 hosted probably the game of the year so far, the repeat of the District 9 Class A championship game between the Red Bank Valley Bulldogs and the Gators. Port Allegany put up 66 points on the Bulldogs and walked away with a 66-38 win. Last week, a little sluggish start for the Gators as we traveled down to Brockway to face the Rovers. The Gators did walk out of that with a win, 47-21. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, it comes as no surprise to all of you listening. Aiden Bliss and Tristan Kaiser, the two-headed monster of this year. Aiden Bliss has 81 carries on the year for 915 yards and 16 touchdowns. He is averaging 228 yards rushing per game. He has also complemented that with 4 receptions for 61 yards. Tristan Kaiser, the other half of that two-headed monster, 35 carries on the year, 489 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, and he's averaging over 122 yards per game. Kaiser also has 8 receptions for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as a kick return and an interception return for a touchdown. Kellen Vayu, the guy on the outside, 4 receptions for 110 yards on the year. And then, of course, our quarterback battle between Brennan Philhart and Nick Wilfong. Both have looked pretty impressive this year. Haven't had to throw the ball a lot, obviously, with that ground and pound game that the Gators bring in. Philhart is 10 for 16 with 143 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Nick Wilfong, 12 for 17, 156 yards passing. That stingy Gator defense has 8 picks on the season, spread across Liam Hover with 1, Jared Funk with 1, Tristan Kaiser with 1, Chase Boyd with 1, and Aiden Bliss with 4. The Gators have been able to get after the quarterback this year, 6 sacks. Yuso Young recording 4 of those, Julian Capel with 1, and Ethan Tarbox with 1. So, Carrie, we just kind of give a rundown to everybody about, how these teams have got here, what they look like. What are you thinking here tonight that we can, our viewers can expect, the crowd here, great crowd, what they can expect from this kind of game?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good recap of everything up to this point. Like you mentioned, the Gators come in 4-0. Last time we were here doing our last home game was against Red Bank Valley. That was a highly anticipated game. Port Allegany came out on top 66-38. I don't think that's quite we were hoping for the win, but I'm not sure we thought it was going to be a 28-point victory with a mercy rule in the second half. But that was a very emotional game. Gators were obviously happy with the result. But then last week, traveled down to Brockway. For lack of a better word, I think it was a little bit of a letdown in the first half against Brockway. Only up 14-7. Turned things around in the second half. So that's one of my questions is how are the Gators going to come out against Union AC Valley? Kids are kids. They know that Union AC Valley lost to Red Bank. Mm-hmm. Port Allegany beat Red Bank. Kids just think, okay, well, I beat this team and that team beat that team, so, we're good. Mm-hmm. But as you know, any given Friday night, Saturday afternoon, you never know what's going to happen. It's 0-0 to start the game. Port Allegany's got to show up. They have to, execute their game plan. And speaking of their game plan, that's one of the question marks I have is you recapped Aiden Bliss's stats. You recapped Tristan Kaiser's stats. The rush game is obviously our strength. As we look through the rest of the year, we've got St. Mary's on the road. We've got Brookville on the road. Hopefully, the way things are going, looking like the playoffs. Hopefully a rematch with Red Bank Valley down the road. We think, are the Gators going to have to start putting the ball in the air a little bit to get used to having to match up against those teams? So that's one of the question marks you and I had. You mentioned the two-headed monster. Last year it was Peyton Stiles and Aiden Bliss. This year it's Aiden Bliss and Tristan Kaiser. Bliss over 200 yards a game, Kaiser over 100 a game. Last year we talked about how Stiles and Bliss were the first duo to go for over 1,000 each. And, we're well on pace for that to happen again. A couple accolades here that we want to share about Aiden Bliss. My brother Kyle Hauver, he tipped me off to the Max Preps state leaders. Rushing yards, Aiden Bliss is second in the state, only behind Braxton Brown from Bloomsburg. Braxton Brown has 1,110 yards. Aiden Bliss, second in the state, 915 yards. But the cool thing is, total points, Aiden Bliss leads the state, 106 points. 17 total TDs, also leads the state. I just think that's just phenomenal for Aiden, phenomenal for our team. Cool for our little town to be on the state leaderboard. So obviously we'll be talking about Aiden Bliss and Tristan Kaiser in the run game throughout the night. One of the question marks that you and I had is defensively for the Gators. They started the year with a four-man front in the Red Bank Valley game with Braylon Wagner back there. He's a scrambling quarterback. He's a great thrower. Up there with Jace Ferguson is, one of the top two quarterbacks in the district. The Gators ended up switching to a three-man front with three linebackers and had five secondary guys. That seemed to do pretty well. But with the pass rush we were getting, we eventually switched to a 3-2 with six defensive backs. That seemed to be the thing that stalled Red Bank Valley from really, keeping their momentum going. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of interested to see, are we going to go back to the four-man front? Are they going to stick with the three-man front? I think the danger is we have a great defensive line, Neely, McCurvey, Yuso Young, but, let's face it, they're big, strong guys, and having to chase around an athletic quarterback. You said Owen Bish does it all. He can throw, he can pass. So we're kind of curious to see, are the Gators going to stick with a three-man rush? Are they going to do a three-man rush and maybe blitz a linebacker? Mm-hmm. Are they going to go back to their four-man rush? So, it's going to be an interesting game. We're about 12 minutes here till kickoff. The team's going to be lining up here in a second. One of the things we were trying to figure out this week is, record keeping is not, for a small school. Mm-hmm. We don't quite have the library of archives we can go back into and look and just say, okay, this person had this many yards and, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But the question was out there, posed to me, who is the career rushing leader for Port Allegany? From the research that I did, talking to people like Lori Chase, who is just probably the Gator historian, talked to my dad, asked him some what his thoughts were. He used to coach in the 80s and 90s. He's been a Port Allegany resident for a long time, watched a lot of football games, coached a lot of games. What we could seem to come up with was Barry Beauvais seemed to be the leader. What we could figure from, and then me talking to Brad Beauvais and then Brad reaching out to Barry, was that he had about 2,300 yards between his junior and senior year. So mathematically, we start to look at Aiden Bliss last year. set the single-season rushing record, 1,638 yards, 915 so far. He may already be in the lead.
Right.
We're not,
unofficial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say unofficial. Hopefully he puts up another 250 tonight,
Yep.
and then we could probably comfortably say, hey, it's in the books, and we'll just keep adding to the totals as time goes on. But in our research, Lori Chase shared her files of Gator history with us, and there were some old articles and the year-by-year information. So, in our downtime, we like to tell some stories. So if there's a timeout or, a situation that warrants it, we'll be telling some stories from Gator football history here tonight. So
yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the ones that you had shared with me, Kerry, I mean, it's pretty impressive. The history of Gator football, and just the litany of great running backs that have come out of this school. So we hope our viewers, like some of these stories. I think that they're pretty neat and interesting. We have, some stuff going all the way back to 1924 with that Gator team. So it appears that we're about to go underway. So we'll pause now, and then we'll rejoin you right before game time.
Entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by the students. Opponents is unfriendly and unacceptable. A reminder that Port Allegany High School is a drug-free zone and that all drugs, alcohol, and tobacco are banned on school grounds. Thank you for your support in following these rules. Here's your starting lineup for the Union AC Valley Falcon Knights. Number 1, a junior, Trent Fleming, defensive back. A safety. Number 5, a junior, Aiden Fox. A cornerback, number 12, senior, Owen Bish. A linebacker, junior, number 15, Jorge Reyes. A linebacker, a junior, number 23, Max Gallagher. A defensive back, a junior, number 24, Zach Johnson. Defensive lineman, number 52, a senior, Quentin Hornberger. A linebacker, number 54, a junior, Colvin Elliott. Defensive lineman, number 57, a freshman, Dane Wyant. A defensive lineman, a junior, number 60, Cole Wilson. And a defensive lineman, a senior, number 74, Cole Wyant.
Got it from the school. Good. How are you?
No, we just
$60. It's a all
for everything. Yeah.
for all.
I didn't realize they did. Why not? I haven't tried.
Yeah. I don't think it gets you any soccer. Football and volleyball.
Oh, okay. You lost your bike.
Tracy.
She's trying to leave you.
No, she's trying to find me.
Oh, I did see her earlier. Oh, isn't she such a good winter mother-in-law? Yeah. Oh, they got the smoke machine out. That's kind of cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem and the Port Allegany alma mater.
Need some help in there. Just whistle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your 2024 Port Allegany Gator football team. A junior at running back, number 1, Julian Capel. A sophomore at wide receiver, number 2, Liam Hover. A senior at wide receiver, number 5, Kelvin Burgess. A junior at quarterback, number 8, Nick Wilfong. A junior at wide receiver and running back, number 15, Tristan Kaiser. A senior at tight end, number 24, Jake Causer. A junior at running back, number 31, Aiden Bliss. A senior offensive lineman, number 51, Carson Neely. A senior at offensive line, number 58, Tyler Philhart. A junior offensive lineman, number 67, Braden Babcock. A senior offensive lineman, number 70, Yuso Young. And a junior offensive lineman, number 76, Ethan Tarbock.
Okay, as we get ready to get underway here at Gator Field, the Gators will receive from the Falcon Knights. And the kick by Eduardo Galarte. Scott Bliss, he's across the 30. He's breaking it to the outside. He's across the 40, the 45, 50. He's going to go 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Aiden Bliss on the opening kickoff. 15 seconds in, Gators up 6-0 on a remarkable kick return from Aiden Bliss.
Yeah, Aiden Bliss made it look easy there. We talked about his rushing yards, and that takes a little bit away from his rushing yards. But hey, he'll put them up any way he can. So excellent run by Aiden Bliss. Good blocking by the Gators, and that's the way Port Allegany wants to come out.
Yeah, fantastic blocking. I think we'll be talking about them all night. I mean, you don't get 228 yards a game without some great blocking up front. So Funk will be on to try the extra point. Wilfong will hold. The kick is up, and it is through. And it is now he missed. No, they called it no good.
Missed extra point on the play.
So it'll remain 6-0. I think that might be Jared's first missed extra point. And we got a replay here on the screen. Let's take a look. From our angle, it looked pretty good, but and he pushed it wide right. I'm sorry, Bills fans, that's probably a curse word to you.
Hey, Jeremy, it's still too soon to talk about that.
Laces were out.
Yeah, you mentioned the downfield blocking. You know, we've talked extensively last year about how good the offensive line was and the strength of the team. You know, that continues this year. I think left to right, it's Carson Neely, Yuso Young, Ethan Tarbox, Tyler Philhart, and Braden Babcock, but not to discount the wide receivers that are blocking.
Right.
You know, Kelvin Burgess, Liam Hoover, Jake Causer, Julian Capel, Kellen Vayu. I think that's about all of them. So.
And so Funk will kick off now to the Falcon Knights. It will be returned by number 1, Trent Fleming. He's out across the 20 or the 25. A diving attempt there by Capel. He'll eventually be brought down there by number 3, Brennan Philhart. And that's where the Falcon Knights will take over.
Brennan Philhart.
At the 27-yard line.
So we'll see what the Gators do defensively here. It looks like looks like a 4-man front, so it looks like they're back to their base defense, 4-3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like we said in the pregame there, you know, Owen Bish, the quarterback here for Union, is really a triple threat, not only throwing the ball but running the ball, and also he does have a receiving touchdown this year as well. So Bish will look to pass, and he is taken off his feet by number 52, Gavin Moses. We'll watch that on the screen again. I mean, Bish never even saw him coming. It came blindside.
Yeah, Gavin Moses, just a sophomore. Last week, I thought the sophomores played excellent. Gavin Moses, Kellen Vayu, Liam Hoover, the trio, they did excellent last week against Brockway.
Yeah, so a loss of 7 there for the Falcon Knights. So Bish will be out of the shotgun here. And he looks to hand off, and that will be Max Gallagher. And does not quite get back to the original line to gain. It'll bring up 3rd down. So, you know, we talked a little bit, about the Gators' slow start last week against Brockway. You know, was it a letdown? The huge game against Red Bank putting up 66, then a long travel down to Brockway. But we'll touch on a little bit more of that here after this play. Okay, we have Jorge Reyes to Bish's right. And the snap, he'll roll right, looking to throw. He will throw, completed to Gallagher, and it'll be forced out of bounds there by Kelvin Burgess, enough for a Union first down. So in talking to Tristan Kaiser and Coach Cliff Philhart, what was going on with that slow start, and really it was just Brockway's game plan. They loaded the box with 8 because they knew, Aiden Bliss, Tristan Kaiser, that Port Allegany wants to run. Port Allegany's only thrown the ball 33 times all year between Philhart and Wilfong. So Bish hands off, and it'll be taken down there by number 75, Gavin McCurvey. That was Max Gallagher on the carry again. and bring up 2nd and 5.
I guess the funny thing is, from a Gator fan perspective, is we say, yeah, it was a little bit of a slow start, but then I look down at the final score, and it's 47-21 against a really good Brockway team. You know, kudos to Brockway's coaching staff. I thought they had a good game plan to start the game.
Yeah, they absolutely did. So Bish looking to pass again, will go, and just overthrew Aiden Fox. Fox is his go-to this year. He's got 10 receptions for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just overthrew him. Good coverage there from the Gator secondary. I'll bring up 3rd and 5.
So it looks like with the number of receivers, the Gators have the 4-man front. They have 2 linebackers and that's 6. So they must have 5 defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
How are they playing this? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I guess it is a 4-3 still. They're just walking Kaiser up here on the edge.
Yeah. So we'll have Reyes in motion. He's going to get chased down. Oh, he's taken down in the backfield. Oh, they closed the gap quick. That was Yuso Young and Nick Wilfong. And it'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
Great job by Nick Wilfong coming up from his cornerback position. He's made a lot of big hits at the line this year.
Yeah, great way to set the edge there. You know, come right up. They saw the sweep coming this way.
And Vayu's back to return for the Gators alongside Julian Capel. Vayu had 3 or 4 good returns last week.
Returning for the Gators, number 1, Julian Capel.
And here comes the punt. And they'll let it bounce. And to get out of the way quick. And that'll be down by Zach Johnson, number 24 for Union. So the Gators will take over again on offense after stopping Union. And it looks like they'll start from the 15 or 16-yard line here. And while we have a minute between plays, we would like to give a shout-out here to the cheerleaders for the Gators. Sophia Behringer, Alexis Bennett, Brittany Furman, Trinity Hamilton, Savannah Hart, Raisha Johnson-Graves, Phoenix Kielmeyer, Madeline Laniger, Lillian Reed, and Mila Senna. Serenity Schroll is a manager, and so is Bella Schaefer-Laniger. So we'll get a first taste of the Gators offense here tonight.
Well, Jeremy, I can probably squeeze the story in real quick.
Yeah.
In our research this week, Lori Chase tipped us off to a story that this is the 100th anniversary of the 1924 team going undefeated. And listen to some of these opponents they beat: Bradford, Olean, Wellsville, and Canisius out of Buffalo.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. A completely different game back then, but yeah, absolutely impressive to beat those big boys there. So we got trips right for the Gators. Wilfong out of the shotgun with Bliss to his right. And a look for a screen. Gets it out to Kaiser. A flag is thrown. Great downfield blocking there by Hauver, and Cause will run out about the 30-yard line. Flag in the area of holding. So this might be coming back.
I was going to say pre-snap, we had Port Allegany had trips on this side. They only had 2 main defenders. I was in my head thinking I'd run a bubble screen here, and they did. And I think if that's the way Union AC Valley is going to play it, I think that's the pass game is going to be big for the Gators today.
Yeah. And we'll see what the call is. He was talking to Grayson Himes, defensive captain there for Union, and it is a hold on the Gators. That'll back them up and erase that nice run and catch by Kaiser. Oh, but they have declined.
Offsetting penalty.
Yeah, it was an offsetting penalty. I didn't catch what was on Union there. So we'll just replay the down as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
So we got Hauver way out here to the right. He's going to be guarded by Trent Fleming. Okay, as we wait for the refs to give the signal, the whistle blows, and here we go. Wilfong out of the shotgun again. Bliss behind him. Snap, handoff to Bliss. And he bulls his way ahead for a gain of 8.
Handoff to Aiden Bliss. Gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 here for the Gators.
Good solid run there by Aiden Bliss. A familiar sight downfield. Carson Neely putting whoever's he's blocking on their back. 10, 12 yards downfield. That certainly makes it easier for the running back when your defenders are laying on their back.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've had Aiden up here a couple times for post-game interviews, and, he has nothing but great things to say about that offensive line. So another handoff to Bliss. He'll get the first down and more, and it'll be brought down there by Bish at the 40, but picks up enough for a first down Gators. So, yeah, even he recognizes, the guys in the trenches, they do a lot of the work. They don't get a lot of the glory, but, that's really been Port Allegany's bread and butter here for the last few years. Huge offensive line and just getting those guys going in the backfield. So, hopefully some more of that. Hopefully Union doesn't have the solution to that, But when you're facing, that front five that Port Allegany brings in, it's tough to solve that problem. So we have Wilfong out of the shotgun again. Fake handoff, and it'll go to Bliss. He breaks a tackle, and he'll get out close to the first down marker near the 50, and he's going to be a little bit short.
Looks like Union AC Valley, they are covering those two receivers on this side, but the inside guy is really shading inside, so they're almost daring the Gators to pass on them.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think we touched on that on a halftime a couple games ago about, you get this running game going, you're going to get that secondary to creep up, and that's when you hit them over the top. So, with that soft coverage that they have, you might get Capel here on a slant
right.
if he can get past Bish here. So Wilfong again out of the shotgun. Will fake the handoff. He will pass. Look to Bliss, but a little short. Skipped off the ground. Incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for Port.
Yeah, so far through 4 games, when the Gators have passed, they've been pretty safe passes. I'm waiting to see if, maybe they'll open up the playbook a little bit, go downfield a little bit. I think they have the capability of doing so.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just going to make the running game even more dangerous.
Right, yeah. And, you certainly have the capability. You got speed everywhere, actually. Liam Hoover, Tristan Kaiser, Julian Capel, Kellen Vayu, all guys that can just walk away from defenders. So, hopefully that opens up a little bit. We see something huge over the top. Another snap direct. Wilfong will take it himself. He'll get out across the 40, and he's going to get it to the 30 and finally stepped out. He's forced out there by Owen Bish and Trent Fleming, but picks up a first down. Great run there from Wilfong.
Yeah, great run by Wilfong. Nice downfield blocking by Hoover. I tip my hat to Nick for just going out of bounds. I think sometimes, players feel like they have to get every yard, and they get clobbered at the end, getting that last yard. And, sometimes you just go out of bounds, take what you can get. And,
right, live to fight another day.
Right.
So they're getting a call in here from the sideline. 6:52 left in the first. 6-0 Gators. 1st and 10 here from the 28. Wilfong hands off to Kaiser. He breaks it to the outside. He's out across the 25. Hurdles a guy across the 20. Breaks a tackle. Still going. And is finally forced out there by Jorge Reyes. But enough for another Gators first down.
First down on the Falcon Knights.
Carrie, for people that, might be tuning in that don't regularly watch the Gators, I think they're going to be really surprised with the amount of weapons everywhere on the field here for Port Allegany.
Yeah, there's a lot of athletes on the field here. One of the most athletic bunches I've seen in all the years that I've watched Gator football. We talked about the two-headed monster, Bliss and Kaiser, but there's additional athletes, scattered across the field.
And a toss to Bliss, and he's going to have to dodge Yuso Young. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Spin move, but he will be wrapped up. No, he still goes. And he's flattened there by quite a few Falcon Knights, maybe a gain of 1. And somebody is down on the field here for the Gators. So we'll see who that is. It is not Bliss, the ball carrier.
I thought maybe it was Young, but I think I see Young walking off. So I'm not sure who else would be in that neighborhood over there.
Let's see, and he is up. It was Yuso.
Was it? Okay. I thought I saw Young walking off. But
yeah, he got shoved there, ended up on his back, and Aiden had to kind of hurdle him. So hopefully it's nothing, and he's able to return to the game here. We won't speculate on the injury, obviously, but obviously hoping Yuso can make a quick recovery.
Come out, take a breather. Hopefully he's okay.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 here from the 11 for Port Allegany.
So it looks like sophomore Jackson Young, number 50, is going to come in and spell Young for the time being.
Great crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it really
Absolutely
is.
great crowd. Beautiful night here in Port Allegany for football. He'll hand off to Kaiser, and he dives ahead for a few. That'll bring up third down. And Young is back in. Thank goodness. Yeah, he's okay.
Off the Kaiser up the middle for 3 yards. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great crowd here tonight. It was youth night. We had the youth night festivities pregame. Happy to see everybody out here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, way to honor our youth program, who will be in a few years they'll be on this field wearing these uniforms. It's just incredible talking to people from other towns how our youth program is really wrapped in. It is one family here in Port Allegany. They've been really taken in by the varsity program. So kudos to Justin Minkowski. We got Kaiser around the end. He's going to be brought up short. Tackled there by number 54, Grayson Himes, at about the 1 yard line, 2 yard line.
So the Gators can still get a first down here. Looks like, is it 4th and short or 3rd and short?
I think it's 4th and short. Yeah, 4th and short.
Okay.
And they might be asking for a measurement here. No, it looks like they gave him the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Gators from the 2 yard line. So now we have Wilfong under center, I formation. Bliss in the fullback position. Hands off to him. He dives in. Touchdown, Gators. Number 2 on the night for Aiden Bliss. Great strategy down there in the goal line. I mean,
Touchdown.
you got those big guys up front pushing.
Second of the night. Gators up 12-0.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, it's very easy call to just give it to Aiden Bliss, but he is a big, strong kid, and he's a great blocker. So I wasn't sure if maybe he'd be the lead block, and income would would go Kaiser.
Yeah, that was my thoughts exactly. So we have Phil Hart now in at quarterback. The Gators will go for 2 to try to make it 14. We have Bliss in motion. He'll take it under center, and he's going to force his way in. And we're waiting for the signal. And they're going to call him down. He is down. He is short of the goal. So 12-0 Gators with 4:57 to go here in the first quarter.
So coming into the game, I mentioned Aiden Bliss, leading the state in touchdowns with 17. The second guy was Jackson Covell from Titusville with 14. Actually, there's 2 other guys with 14 as well. So had a 3-touchdown lead, throws 2 more on there. He's up to 19 on the season. That's a great career for most kids.
Yeah.
And, that's 4.5 games for Aiden Bliss. So kudos to him, and hopefully we keep it rolling here.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for the kickoff, not only is it the recognition of the youth programs tonight, it is also Suicide Prevention Awareness Night here. We have the teal, purple, and white balloons all over the place, sporting our You Matter Suicide Prevention shirts here tonight. Obviously anybody, that you think it's a new national hotline, suicide prevention, just dial 988. Connect you with somebody. So Funk will kick off for the Gators, boots it deep, and it'll bounce. Reyes will pick it up there. He's out across the 20, cuts back, and he's out across the 25 to about the 28, 29 yard line.
Up to about the 20.
So a decent return there from Reyes after letting it bounce into his arms.
Number 55, Mason Gordon on the tackle.
Yeah, and back to it being suicide prevention awareness, hats off to the football boosters. They do a great job helping organize these events, organize youth night. They just do a great job. They donated a tent to us, so we can't thank them enough for their support.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you to the sports boosters for that. And thank you actually to the entire school board and Superintendent Paula Newell, Principal Mark Budd for all their support for this. So Bish will hand off to Gallagher. He breaks a couple tackles. He's still going, running people over, and he is finally brought down by Kaiser, and that'll be a first down. Great run there from Gallagher, just mowing people under.
Yeah, great run. Shedded. I don't know if that's a word.
That's good.
Shed.
Yeah.
Shed 2 or 3. I need to find a new word. Got free from 2 or 3 would-be tacklers, and nice strong run.
So we'll have 1st and 10 here for Union AC Valley. Bish still out of the shotgun. And again, he is a dual threat quarterback. And he gives it off to Gallagher. He gets about 5. Brought down in there by Bliss and Young and Tarbox, I think.
Yeah, it looks like this week the cornerbacks are jamming the wide receivers. We talked about that in the Red Bank Valley game, if that was going to be something that the Gators did. I like that. Wilfong's coming up and meeting his guy right at the line. Just throws him off his route a little bit.
Right, yep. And then those guys putting the pressure on Bish. He is going to throw this side, and it's intended for Gallagher off his hand. Right there. You throw the guy off his timing. He sees that pressure in his face. He's going to have to force a throw. So, I think, way too early to make a prediction, but Union, might have to think of something different.
Yeah, and I do like to make some occasional predictions. I think Nick Wilfong's going to get one there. I don't know if he's going to take it all the way back for a touchdown, but I think he's going to get an interception before the day's out, the way they're playing it.
So Bish, again, looks to pass, heavily pressured, gets it out to, let's see who that is. That is number 24. That's going to be Zach Johnson. He's going to be short of the line to gain. It'll bring up 4th down. Well, Kerry, I think we'll just call you the Schwami. At the Red Bank game, you made a prediction at halftime that one of the backers is going to get a interception because they kept cutting over the middle.
Yep.
And sure enough, second half, Aiden Bliss comes up with a pick. So
what
are the lottery numbers tomorrow?
And at some point in that game, I can't remember, I don't want to go back and revise history, but I did mention that I thought at the end of the game the rest of the district was going to know Tristan Kaiser's name, and that proved to be true. So if there's anything that we want to happen, just let me know and I'll mention it.
Yeah. So the Falcon Knights going for it on 4th. Throw. Oh, and it's picked off by Nick Wilfong. Off Gallagher's hands, and are they going to call that a pick? They are, yes. It was a pick by Nick Wilfong. Here we go on screen with a replay.
Nick Wilfong.
Yeah, Bish's pass just a little high there for Gallagher. Again, forcing it a little with the pressure. Here it is. Too high. There was a great grab from Nick Wilfong.
Yeah, great camera work there by the Gator Network, and great snag by Nick. Didn't think it was going to happen that quick, but hey, we'll take it.
So Wilfong will be out of the shotgun here for the Gators. High snap, hands off to Kaiser. He's coming our way. Breaks a tackle out across the 50. Breaks another tackle and is finally brought down there by number 50, which we do not have on the program.
Number 60.
Oh, 60.
Cole Wilson.
That'll be Cole Wilson on the tackle. While we have some time in mentioning the great camera angles, hats off here to Dave Bartlett, our producer, giving you everything that you're seeing on screen. Connor Valentine running the digital scoreboard. Our 3 cameramen, Dan Funk up top, Daniel Morey up top, and Jason Stake is our on-field camera tonight. Again, none of this could be possible without our volunteers, so hats off to those guys. Wilfong will hand off to Kaiser, runs into the bunch there and picks up a few. Brought down.
Guys are up the middle for a gain of 4.
There by number 52, Quentin Hornberger.
I wanted to mention on that last play that Kaiser ran. Nice strong run by Kaiser. I think, with his size, you think, he's just all speed. He's a pretty powerful kid for his size.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job by Yuso Young blocking downfield. That's what's springing these long runs.
You cut outside
downfield.
And there's nobody there. This is great blocking. Oh, a fake toss. It'll give it to Bliss. Bliss around our side, cuts it back inside. Go out now, and he's finally tripped up out at the 24-yard line there by number 59, Owen Turwin. That is enough for a Gator first down.
1st and 10 Gators.
Aiden Bliss showing his shifty moves. That's something we've noticed this year. A little shiftier than I think he was last year.
Yep. Yeah, you look at these going back to, you look at Kaiser, you think speed. You look at Bliss, you think power. But they both have it. They both are thunder and lightning. It's not one or the other. They both are able to move, pretty shifty on their feet. Both can just run you right over. So
Right.
So we have Wilfong out of the shotgun. We'll hand off to Bliss again. He's going away from us now across the 25. And he'll cut it back out farther. And a flag on the play. And he's still breaking tackles. And it'll finally be brought down up by the 5-yard line. But the flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like that's coming back. I was noticing Tristan Kaiser doing a great job blocking downfield. I don't think it was on him. I think it was on somebody else.
And it was against the Gators. Not sure who that was on, but that one's coming back. Great run from Bliss.
Looks like Hauver back on, Causer off. So they go with, more of a tight end set with Jake Causer, and then when Causer comes off, Hauver goes back on. That spreads it out a little bit more.
So the Falcon Knights getting in position, play coming in for the Gators. Wilfong out of the shotgun with Bliss behind him, the sole setback. And he'll hand it to Bliss, hit hard at the line. Is able to get a few.
Bliss for a couple, hit first by number 23, Max Gallagher.
Gallagher on the first hit there, coming up from the linebacker position.
Yeah, it looks like Union AC Valley's starting to pack it in a little bit. Maybe time for, the Gators to maybe hit a swing pass here to Julian Capel or something of that variety.
Yep. Yeah, if they watched any of that game last week, with Brockway, they definitely had the formula to stop the Gators. So again, out of the shotgun, hand off to Bliss, going away from us. Big hole, and he's going to go. Touchdown Gators. Aiden Bliss, his third score of the game, will make it 18-0 with 16 seconds left to go here in the first.
Yeah, and you really don't need to do a bubble screen or swing pass when you can just give it to Aiden Bliss going around the left side. So.
Yeah, great misdirection there. Great blocking up front. Really opened it up there for Bliss. And, he hit that hole on the outside, and he was gone. So the Gators look to go for two again. Were unsuccessful on their first try with Bliss under center. So we have Wilfong out of the shotgun, and he'll sneak it himself. Lead blocker is Tristan Kaiser. And he's knocked backwards. We'll see if they give it to him. And he did. He crossed the line. So the Gators are successful on the two-point conversion. Will make it 20-0. Great start here for the Gators.
Yeah, 20-0. Coming up on the end of the first quarter. The Gators obviously started fast with Aiden Bliss's opening, kick return for a touchdown. That really set the tone here. It'd be interesting to see how Union AC Valley responds. I mean, they knew the Gators were going to score points.
Yep.
They've been able to move the ball a little bit, so we'll see how they mix up their plays and respond here.
Yeah, speaking of points, Port Allegany prior to coming into tonight scored 221 points on the year. That's an average of 55 points per game. So, you're going to have to put some points on the board if you're going to want to hang with the Gators. The Gators only giving up 83 points on the year. Union AC Valley has 81 for them, and they've given up 69, so margin about 12 points average on the year that they're winning. That huge loss, though, for them, 49-13 opening weekend against Red Bank, the defending District 9 champions.
Yeah, that's a tough draw in week one, for Union AC Valley.
Yeah, that's a tough draw, probably put up a heck of a fight, but, obviously Red Bank is Red Bank. So Funk's kick gathered up there by number 1, Trent Fleming, and he will be met there by Kaiser and Burgess. Burgess and Kaiser on the stop there on the kick return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Union from the 27-yard line.
Yeah, 3 guys in on that tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just swarmed to the ball. And that's probably what you're teaching down at the pony level.
We are. A little bit of gang tackling. Don't assume your buddy's going to make the tackle. You go help him.
Yep. So we'll have Bish out of the shotgun. Gallagher to his left. There's the snap, and that's actually Reyes, and he is bowling his way. And it looks like a pickup of about 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Union. And that's the end of the first quarter. Port Allegany 20, Union AC Valley 0. So here between quarters, I'd like to give a few shout-outs from people watching, on the Gator Network.
Yeah, we appreciate the crowd being here, but we appreciate our supporters, all throughout the country that are watching. A couple people that came to mind Mark and Bunky Bernard over on Chestnut Street. I know they tune in often. Jeremy Bernard, Dusty Bernard. We'll keep it in the Bernard family. Class of 2001 down in the Lehigh Valley area. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Michelle Bliss, Aiden's mother, down at Fox's. She's usually tunes in.
Yep.
And tonight, maybe tonight only, Doug Archer, wherever he is, I assume he's watching somewhere.
Yeah. We're hoping he's watching. We miss you, Doug. A few more shout-outs here. We have Gary Backus is watching from East Amherst. Guy Moses is actually calling the game down in Bloomsburg, but also watching on his phone down there. And my aunt, Cindy Stair, from Algonquin, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, about an hour west of Chicago.
Nice.
So the Gator Network reaching far and wide. And again, we appreciate everybody coming out here in the stands and supporting the Gators in person, but we certainly appreciate our viewers. And if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe and like button so you're always up to date with the latest action from the Gators on the Gator Network. So as we start the second quarter, we have Bish again out of the shotgun. Oh, and a flag on the play. Looked like McCurvey came across, but was there some movement? And no, he just came across. So that'll put it at second. No, that resulted in a first down. It was 2nd and 5, 5-yard penalty.
It's funny how often that happens, and it ends up being the guy right directly across the ball. I never played nose guard, but it's just interesting how that happens sometimes.
Yep.
Looks like the Gators are electing to have Wilfong out here all by himself.
So Bish will hand off, and just wrapped up there by Tarbox and Bliss and McCurvey. That was Gallagher on the run.
No gain on the play.
Gallagher is their second leading rusher behind Bish with 142 yards. Also a great receiver, 124 yards receiving on the year. So a pretty versatile weapon for the Falcon Knights.
Yeah, not to keep going back to it, but, Coach is showing a lot of faith in Nick Wilfong here over by himself. Nobody over top. It's like, hey, you're on your own. We believe in you.
And Bish will go that way. We'll try Wilfong, and he's going to pick it off! That's the second pick of the night by Nick Wilfong. Intended there for Aiden Fox. And here is the replay on screen, courtesy of Dave Bartlett, our producer and our amazing camera crew. So Kerry, you called it. They were going to try Wilfong, just overshot Fox, and there was the open hands of Nick Wilfong.
And that's not an easy catch. Wilfong turned into a receiver and just went and got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and didn't somebody just predict that Wilfong would, and now he has two?
I don't know. What else you want to happen?
So Wilfong will be in at quarterback still, and we have Bliss behind him. Far side is Kaiser.
Looks like Vayu seeing his first action of the day.
Vayu here on the near side. Looks like Funk far side. And they'll hand it off to Bliss. He cuts it towards us, and he's going to go across the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Aiden Bliss. His fourth of the night. Great run, great blocking up front. Huge hole on this side.
Wow, just making it look easy.
26-0.
So that'll be 26-0.
And showing some speed.
Yeah, just walked away.
Sideline.
Just walking away from people. So we'll see him go far side. Oh, great block there from Jake Causer. Just flattened his guy. And a great attempt there by Fleming. Just he couldn't get the shoelaces of Bliss. So the Gators are going to go for two again to try to get up to 28.
Gators lined up for two.
Yeah, they're just kind of out of sorts here on their extra point plays. Usually going for one, and Funk's usually automatic.
Yeah. So a reverse Kaiser to who? He's in, and that's to Kellen Vayu. Reverse to Kaiser to Vayu. He gets in to make it 28-0.
Yeah, Vayu, before the Red Bank game, I talked about Tristan Kaiser and Kellen Vayu being potential X factors that day. It was Kaiser. I think Vayu has just, has as much ability to be an X factor as well. Against Brockway last week, he had a couple great returns. He had a reverse. I'm thinking I felt like he did some other things well, but he's an athletic kid, and when the ball's in his hands, something can happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, like we were talking earlier here, Kerry, he's got 4 receptions only on the year, but 110 yards. So every time he's touching the ball, he's averaging about 27 yards. So those are huge chunk plays, and that can really swing a game.
That was the other play, yeah, against Brockway. I'm thinking, where we were sitting, it was going, down to the right. It was a long, 25, 30 yards. So he's got that big play ability.
So we'll have Funk on for the kick. 11:06 left to go here in the second quarter only. And Funk puts a good boot on it, as he usually does. That'll be taken there by Reyes. No, Fox goes to the far side, and he'll be taken down by about 3 Gators. And that's where the Falcon Knights will take over at the 31-yard line. So, Kerry, we've seen a little bit of run. We've seen a little bit of pass here from Union. Nothing really working yet, but if you're coaching the Falcon Knights, what are you thinking?
Well, they've dug themselves a hole because it looks like they have the ability to run a little bit, but when you're down 28-0, you got time to make up. So,
yeah, you're almost forced into the passing game.
Right, which the Gators can just button their ears back and go after the quarterback.
Oh, and there's going to be a false start or an offsides.
Flag on the play.
And that's going to be a false start. That looked like on near side here. Number 24, Zach Johnson, probably jumped a little bit as he's facing Nick Wilfong, probably trying to get a little bit of a jump, obviously, with Wilfong's 2 picks here tonight.
Yeah, so back to the Wilfong prediction. I mean, if we're going to make predictions that hopefully come true, I'm sandwiched in between a 49ers fan, myself a Bills fan. I got one of the biggest Bills fans on my right here, Mr. Riley. So maybe a Bills-49ers Super Bowl.
Oh,
let's throw that out in the universe.
Well, speaking of Schwami, Chris Berman has predicted that Super Bowl for years. So Bish will be back to pass, pressured by Young. He's going to roll out to our side, looking downfield. He will throw, and it's picked off by Nick Wilfong again. That's 3 picks now for Wilfong on the night.
Wow.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing game for Nick Wilfong.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's just
37-yard line.
I mean, these guys are just out there having fun now. Look at Young, chasing Bish. Great pressure everywhere. He's forced to make the throw right into the hands there of Nick Wilfong. Looked like it was intended for Peyton Wilson. So the Falcon Knights back on defense again. And we'll see now freshman quarterback Brennan Philhart taking the reins here for this potent Gator offense.
So let's see here. Left to right, we've got Burgess, Kaiser, Vayu, Hoover.
Yep, Bliss in the backfield still. Same starting line. Why would you change? So we'll have Philhart out of the shotgun. Bliss the sole back. There's the snap. Hand off to Bliss. He goes right. Big hole. Breaks it outside. He's going to break the tackle. Gets across the line to gain. Dances around a little. Still going. And it'll be brought down at about the 17-yard line. Big first down. Yeah, juking and jiving there.
Yeah, nice athletic play there. We getting the replay here?
Oh, we're getting a shout-out. I thought Illinois was quite a ways. Rhonda Coxon, all the way from Colorado. Her nephew is Tristan Kaiser.
Nice.
So we'll have 1st and 10 here for the Gators. About 10:20 left in the second quarter. Philhart still the quarterback out of the shotgun. Trips left. He's looking to throw. Gets it out to Kaiser. Great blocking downfield. Kaiser out across the 10, down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Will be tackled down there by Max Gallagher.
And that's what the great run game opens up. Philhart just flips it over to Kaiser. Burgess and Vayu with great blocks.
Yeah, all these guys can block. We mentioned it, the receivers, the line, Bliss, Kaiser, everybody can block. So that really opens up a lot of possibilities in your offense.
Looks like Vayu's tight there. Well, so is Kaiser. So
We have
got my eyes on those two. Something's going to happen
Bliss
there.
to the left. They'll hand it off to Bliss right up the middle, tackled by number 57. That'll be Dane Wyant and 22, Stephen Helper.
Gaining 3 yards.
Short gain brings up second and goal for Port. We'll have Hauver far side, way out. Vayu in the slot. And we have Burgess here near side. Kaiser in the backfield with Philhart. He's out of the shotgun. There's the snap. Hand off to Kaiser. Kaiser's going to cut it up. Doesn't quite get there. Brought down at about the 1.
Hand up to Kaiser down to the 1 yard line. 3rd and goal.
Brought down there again by Dane Wyant, number 57, a freshman.
8:48 left on the clock.
Yeah, Mr. Riley mentioned to me to my right here, this is just really killing these guys' average. You know, Bliss and Kaiser both over 10. These short yardage runs are just really dragging their average down.
Yeah, average yards per carry this year for Bliss. He's averaging 11 yards per carry, and Kaiser 14 yards per carry. So we'll have Philhart under center, hands off to Bliss. He busts it up in. Touchdown, Gators. 5 touchdowns now for Aiden Bliss.
So
I think it was almost a foregone conclusion there.
So he came in with 17. He's up to 22. Wow.
Yeah. And we're in week 5.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, as you said, somebody racked up 22 touchdowns in their career. It'd be a successful career.
Right.
So we'll have Funk on now to try the extra point. He missed his first attempt after the Bliss kick return. So we'll see if he can put this one through. He's been nearly perfect up until that miss in the first. The snap, the put down, the kick on the way, and it is good. So 8:18 left to go in the half. Port Allegany is leading the Union AC Valley Falcon Knights 35-0. Yeah, you'll see that beautiful Port Allegany sky. Absolutely gorgeous night here.
Love the camera angle down there. Jason Stake, our man on the ground. Dan Funk and Daniel Morey up top.
Yeah, it's come a long way. I hats off to to Dave Bartlett here for getting these different camera angles, knowing when to switch. Giving you the best possible view at home. The addition of the on-field camera this year, I think, just gives it a dynamic there. Where you don't usually see that. Great close-ups, so hopefully we can continue and expand even in the future.
Yeah, we've got a couple ideas under our hat that coming soon.
Yeah, hopefully coming soon. So we'll have Funk to kick. Back for Union AC Valley is Trent Fleming and Aiden Fox. And there's the big boot from Funk. It will be Fleming taking it. Looking for a block, and he's still going. And another gang tackle there from the Gators. Stopped short of the 30. So Union AC Valley will start at about the 29-yard line.
Falcon Knights take over at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10.
So back to Wilfong's accomplishments so far. 3 interceptions. I'm just looking at the math here. It's 12-minute quarters?
Yeah.
So, 16 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 interceptions. Wow.
Yeah, about a pick every 5 minutes of gameplay. It's incredible. Great game defensively for Nick. We got Wilfong tight up on the line again, ready to jam. Bish will hand off and taken down quickly there. And that's going to be Bliss on the tackle.
Bliss on the tackle, gain of 2 yards.
Looked like number 21, maybe Michael Yerke on the carry for the Falcon Knights. They'll bring up a long second down, 2nd and 8 here for Union AC Valley. A little bit of a switch here.
Wilfong blitzing off the edge here.
Handoff up the middle, met by a bunch of Gators.
Nick Wilfong brings down number 12, Owen Bish, behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they fooled me. I thought that was going up the middle.
Yeah, Wilfong doing it all today on defense. I saw him, creep in there.
2 yards. 3rd and 10.
So, great tackle there from Wilfong. Brings up 3rd and 10 now for Union AC Valley. And they're
I don't want to say and have to go for it, here in the first half, but they're going to have to get something going offensively, or this is going to be a very long night. So Bish out of the shotgun.
It's like Kaiser off the other edge.
He's going to roll our way. Looking downfield, will throw, caught by number 42. Ball ripped away. They're going to call him down. That was Kellen Vayu ripping the ball out of his hands. And that was Ryan Armagost on the reception for Union. And they will mark him down at the 40. Progress stop must be, but, Burgess did come away with that ball, just ripped it out of his hands.
I'll just say, and leave it at that, I guess.
Yep.
Great job by the Gators going after the ball.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 10 here for Union AC Valley from the 40. About 6:19 left to go in the half.
So the Gators have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in coverage. So four-man front, 2 linebackers. It's like a 4-2-5. Now Vayu's up pressing.
You got Kaiser looking like he's coming off of the left. He will cut in. Handoff there. It's going to go the other way. Oh, big tackle by Yuso Young. That run was by number 21, Michael Yerke.
Looked like Wilfong was coming off that edge to lay a big hit. I thought maybe he got pushed in the back. He seemed to think so as well.
So here will be a replay. Watch this nice pursuit from Yuso, number 70. Tracks him down. Big hit. Buries him. I'm sure that Yerke doesn't want to have too many more of those tonight. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 44-yard line. Bish out of the shotgun. Ooh, McCurvey almost jumped across again. Handoff up the middle to Gallagher. He's still going close to the line to gain.
Gallagher up the middle.
Tackled there by McCurvey.
6 yards.
And they're going to give him the first down. Good run there from Max Gallagher. And the ball will be spotted right at midfield.
Yeah, so Union AC Valley starting to get a little momentum here.
Mm-hmm.
Lopsided score, but, for their sake, this, starting to head in the right direction at least.
Yeah, I mean, we talked, earlier you mentioned that they seem to be able to move the ball when they run. So another handoff to Gallagher. Met in the backfield, swallowed up immediately there by Gavin McCurvey, number 75. Loss of 1.
Yeah, it's good to see Big Gavin back. Last year didn't play. Good to see him back on the field this year. That's a big kid to have to move.
Yeah.
And he's doing a good job playing alongside Yuso and Neely this year.
Yeah, that's a heck of a line there. So we'll have Bish again out of the shotgun, run almost exclusively out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. Quarterback keeper. He's getting through the hole. He's got one man to beat. He's across the 25, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He'll walk in. Touchdown, Owen Bish. And that'll stop the shutout here with 4:14 to go in the second. 35-6. Great run there from Owen Bish.
Yeah, great run. Shows his speed there. I thought Vayu was going to close in on him, but he just hit the afterburners and.
Yeah, showing why he was able to get 185 yards against Keystone. Here's the replay on screen. Quarterback keeper. Look at that huge hole right up the middle. Yeah, Vayu I thought was going to close, but great attempt there, but Bish just too fast. So Union AC Valley will be on to try the extra point. Gallagher will hold. I don't have the kicker's number. There's the snap to put down the kick on the way, and no good. So it must be kicking into the end towards the schools, throwing these two kickers.
4 minutes and 14 seconds left in this second.
So with 4:14 to go here in the first half, Port Allegany 35, Union AC Valley 6. And while we have some time here, our reach just keeps expanding. From Illinois to Colorado, now all the way out in Arizona. Tony Crum.
Very nice.
Yeah, so hats off. I believe that's Tony Crum. He does live out in Arizona. I believe he is a U.S. border guard.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Great work there from a Gator alumni. So now here, the second time in this game that Union will kick off. This will be from number 30. Eduardo Gilarte is the kicker. And we have back. Oh, onside kick attempt.
Don't touch it.
And Causer was in the area. And let's see who they're going to. Is that going to be a Port Allegany ball? Did Causer touch it? And it does not look like he touched it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators from the Union AC Valley 42-yard line.
1st and 10.
Yeah, I think that can be a confusing play for a high school player. You know, the kick has to go 10 yards to be eligible to be recovered by the kicking team. So the Gators really didn't have to do anything there.
Right.
It didn't look like it was at threat of going 10 yards.
Yeah, good thought. You know, obviously Port Allegany was not expecting an onside kick. If that had just rolled a little bit farther, maybe Union comes up with a big onside kick there. But we'll have Phil Hart out of the shotgun. Bliss to his left. He'll hand off to Bliss. Bliss coming our way. Out across the 40. Breaks a tackle, but finally brought down there by number 24, Zach Johnson. A great run from Bliss. Pickup of about 9. And it looks like we have an injury on the field. Number 74, Cole Wyant for Union AC Valley. He's walking off under his own power. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And number 56 will come on for him, Noah Yori. And there will be a timeout on the field by the refs.
Yeah, while we have a break in the action here, a couple shout-outs. Gary Buxton, our former superintendent, tuning in over in Countersport. My cousin, Charlie Hagg, and Sean Bidwell, class of 1989, watching over in Cameron County. Appreciate you all tuning in.
Yeah, and, Becca Schwab, Becca Lathrop, she's watching here in town. 1,000-point scorer for basketball. Getting some compliments on the live chat there. Always nice to see those. You know, we really do try our hardest to bring you guys a real quality broadcast, which I think has taken leaps and bounds here within the last year and a half.
You know, and I shouted out Mark and Bunky Bernard over on Chestnut Street. They did confirm they are tuned in, so we appreciate your support.
Nice, good.
We will stamp your attendance card, and we'll see you next time.
So we're coming out of the timeout now. 2nd and 2 for Port. Phil Hart out of the shotgun. Bliss to his left. He's looking to pass. Still looking. He's going to air it out. Looking deep to Kaiser. Oh! Had it in his hands. Knocked away by Owen Bish. Great throw. Hit him right in the hands, but better defensive play to knock that ball out.
I like airing it out a little bit. I don't know what was happening with that play. Will Fong and Kaiser ended up in the same general area, which brought their defenders with them. So maybe a miscommunication there on who was supposed to run what, but, worth a shot.
32 from the 34-yard line.
So we'll bring up 3rd down. Bliss now behind Phil Hart. And they'll hand it off to Bliss. Something silly there at the start, but he does pick up enough for the 1st down.
1st down, Gators.
It looked like he was almost maybe fumbling that ball in his arms, trying to get a good hold on it. Kept his head down.
Yeah, a little awkward, and kind of went down awkwardly. It almost looked like maybe the back of his helmet got grabbed or something, but the coaching staff probably would have let the refs know.
So what do we have for Union's defense? We have a lot of guys in the box. Looks like a five-man front. Oh, bad snap over Phil Hart's head. He will regain control. He's got Vayu. Brennan's going to roll out. Oh, and he'll be brought down by Owen Bish, his fellow quarterback. Big loss on the play, but great recovery from Phil Hart to try to make something happen there.
Yeah, way to track it down there by Brennan.
2nd and 17.
Only a freshman. I think, maybe there you just try to throw it away and live to see another day. But
yeah, great effort. We saw the speed from Bish. If it's not him on that side, maybe you get, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. But just some real good closing speed there from Owen Bish. So a better snap this time. He'll option it out. Fumble. His ball is loose, and that is going to be recovered by Union AC Valley. And that's number 56, Noah Yori.
Turnover by the Gators.
Yeah, that was
Falcon Knight.
a nice option play that they were trying to pull off there. Just
On their own
couldn't quite make that pitch.
40-yard line.
Unfortunate, but that's the way the game goes sometimes.
Yep, just kind of got popped there as he was pitching it. That's what you teach the defensive end over there, is to hit the quarterback and don't get fooled by the fake.
So a turn of events here for Port Allegany, Union AC Valley on offense. Bish looking to pass. Will pass picked off. That's Kellen Vayu. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds there by Owen Bish. The 4th pick of the night for the Gators. Great grab there from Kellen Vayu.
About 15 yards.
Yeah, let's watch the replay here.
1st and 10 at the Falcon.
Oh, he just jumped the
20-yard
route.
line.
Jumped the route. He was looking for Fleming.
Yeah, it's so difficult the way the Gators play it. Vayu looked like he was going to go with the receiver and then broke it off because he just covering that zone. And great athletic play there.
So Union AC Valley gives it right back to Port. 2:28 to go here in the half. Phil Hart will pitch it over to Bliss. He's got a Young out there in front. Crosses the 25, down to the 20, 15, and he'll finally be forced out by number 54, Grayson Himes. And he'll be out at about the 12-yard line. First and 10. Another first down here for the Gators.
Great downfield blocking by Yuso Young, Wilfong, Vayu, good job.
At the 12-yard line.
Aiden with a nice patient run, just following his blocks.
Yep.
First half.
Yeah, not trying to make anything happen, just wait for it to develop. Great vision there. So now we have Kaiser lining up in the backfield behind Phil Hart. And it'll be a handoff to him. Great block there by Bliss. Kaiser around the end. Oh. Thought he had it. Hit somebody.
8-yard gain.
And a great gain still from Kaiser.
Yeah, I just think Kaiser didn't see that guy coming. I thought he would have been able to bounce it outside there, use his athleticism and speed to just go to the end zone. I just don't think he saw him out of the corner of his eye there.
Yeah, he was kind of just taking off his feet there. So a timeout on the field. That'll be Port Allegany's first of the half.
Well, we got a little break in the action here. We'd like to tell some stories. And, from the Lori Chase files, we were looking. Here's a headline from the 40s that we thought was interesting. Earl Dalloway signs with Buffalo Club, one of 6 brothers from Port Allegany. And this Earl Dalloway played for the Indiana University, led the Big Ten in punting. In this article, talks about him having an 80-yard punt.
Wow.
But just a really cool story that, a guy ended up playing for the Buffalo Bisons of the All-American Football Conference, played professional football, back in the 40s.
Wow.
Just really cool to see.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, I've never heard of Mr. Dalloway, and obviously a great punter to go to a Big Ten school and lead the conference in punting. Yeah, well, thank you, Lori Chase, for all these very interesting stories and history of Gator football.
1 minute and 43 seconds.
Yeah, hopefully they're interesting to the viewers at home.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We'll keep telling them.
So Phil Hart out of the shotgun, Bliss behind him. Hand off to Bliss. He cuts it to the far side. He's got one man to beat. He walks in. Touchdown, Gators.
Touchdown, Aiden Bliss.
And that is now number 5.
Gators are up 41-6.
Then he's got the return.
So he's got 6 touchdowns tonight.
Yep, 5 rushing, 6 total. I was watching the guy covering Vayu. He was starting to cheat in. Can you blame Union AC Valley? You pretty much figure they're going to run.
Yeah. Yeah, but how do you stop it? Yeah, even when you cheat in, they go far side.
Yeah.
And, Bliss runs over a guy. Okay, we got a correction on our chat here. And we'll make that after this point extra attempt here from Jared Funk.
Uh-oh. One of my stories need corrected or what?
No.
Okay.
The kick on the way and sails right through. That'll make it 42-6. No, the correction needs to go in our program. Number 54 is Colbin Elliott.
Oh, okay.
Not Grayson Himes. So we certainly apologize.
Oh,
We have two number 54s.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's our fault. I appreciate the feedback and letting us know on that. We certainly don't want to be calling out the wrong names for either team.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in, all the Union AC Valley fans. And, we always get people from around the district tuning in, sometimes live if possible. We always pick up a lot of views after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So we appreciate everyone tuning in whenever that may be.
Jared Funk. On the field
So
to
about a
kick
minute
off.
38 left to go here in the second quarter. The score 42-6, Port Allegany over Union AC Valley.
So we're heading into the second half. You're heading into Mercy Rule territory.
Yep.
But that doesn't kick in until the second half.
So Funk on to kick. We have Fleming and Fox back to receive. A little squib there, kick. Yeah, it will go out of bounds. That'll be a flag. Illegal procedure against the Gators. That'll give the Falcon Knights pretty good field position here as they try to march in here, maybe get a score before half.
That's the second time this season that the Gators have had at least a chance to gather it there on a quasi onside kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, just bad roll, comes out of bounds here.
Will start from their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
While we got a little time here, I guess I'd also be pretty remiss not to mention Sean Lathrop, and all the work that he did in years past to get this Gator Network going. It was called the Stream Team back then. So thank you to Sean Lathrop to really getting this going and to where it is today. Bishop's pass out to Gallagher. He dropped it. Never had possession.
Pass incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Hit him right in the hands. He had a little bit of room to run. Probably wouldn't get the first down, but he did have some room. So it'll bring up 2nd down from the 35 for Union AC Valley.
Yeah, I really appreciate Sean's contributions to the team. Could pretty much cover everything: football, wrestling, softball. I mean, he's got knowledge on all the sports, and a lot of good stories to come with it.
So Bish will hand off to Fox, and that's going nowhere. They'll pick up a few. Maybe 3rd and 9. Clock still ticking. We're at about 1:19 here. So it doesn't look like a lot of hurry here from Union AC Valley. Probably just run a few plays here. Want to get into halftime, see what adjustments they can make, see if they can slow down this Gators rushing attack. And they can't keep turning the ball over. 4 picks on the day. That never helps. So Bish will hand off. Oh, and he's popped. Bliss on the tackle. That was Gallagher on the run. Picks up a couple more. Maybe 4th down and 6.
I was watching Ethan Tarbox come off this edge here untouched, and he really had to respect the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Whether he was going to fake, do some play action and roll out this way.
Yeah, that's tough. You got the quarterback right in your line of sights, and you just same with the NFL. You almost got to pull up. You don't want to just get a costly penalty for nothing. So Bish will be out of the shotgun again, looking to his left. He's going to get wrapped up. Carson Neely, the first one there, with help from Ethan Tarbox, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Great defensive move there from Carson Neely. Stopped Bish, and Tarbox was there with the assist. They blow it dead before they could get Bish on the ground, but...
Yeah, so what do you think, like half a sack each there probably?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
14 seconds.
And I think Carson came in statistically not having a sack, which I don't mean to diminish. I mean, he is an incredible player. Takes up 1 or 2 blockers at a time, which helps his teammates out.
Yeah, he gets a lot of the focus. That's going to open up somebody else.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Port wants to do. If they want to put another one on the board here quick, if they can. We'll still have Phil Hart in at quarterback. We got Hoover and Kaiser here near side. Phil Hart will throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's pressured. He's going to heave it deep. Who's down there? Oh, there's going to be... That was intended for Bliss. No flags. He was drugged down. But no flags on the field. I mean, dangerous throw there from Phil Hart. He had his legs wrapped up there in the backfield. Heaved it deep, but let's take a look here. Yeah, great effort there from Phil Hart. Oh, no. Yeah, he just fell down. Lost the ball. It looks like Gallagher on the coverage. So good no call there from the refs. As it happens in real time here from the press box, might look a certain way, but love that replay feature here. So with 12 seconds to go, we'll have Phil Hart out of the shotgun. Again, he's looking to pass. Pressure coming off the edge. He's pointing deep, waiting, and that pass is complete to Nick Wilfong.
Pass complete to Nick Wilfong.
And that's going to be about 3 seconds left to go on the clock here. And another timeout called there by Coach Binkowski.
Yeah, nice little catch there by Wilfong. Little toe drag swag on the sideline.
Yeah,
puts the Gators in striking distance here, about 23, 24-yard line, something like that.
Yeah, I think, I'd love to see a funk kick. He's got a heck of a boot on him. I'd love to see him try to put one in from here.
Yeah, why not?
You got 1 second on the clock. What's the hurt? But great awareness there from Wilfong to know where the sideline is, get control of the ball and then go out. All too often you guys just get lost in the field,
right.
Not really knowing where they're at. So kudos to Nick there. So it does not look like we'll get a funk attempt.
Maybe a heave to the end zone here.
Yeah, maybe we got Bliss in the backfield now to maybe help block for Phil Hart.
I do maybe Vayu here going deep.
And a little toss to one-handed catch by Bliss. He's going to break it out. He's going to walk in. Touchdown, Gators! Aiden Bliss, a receiving touchdown now, 7 on the night. As time expires, touchdown, one-handed grab from Bliss. Good pass there from Phil Hart.
48-6. No time left on the clock.
Yeah, I guess when in doubt, find Aiden wherever he's at, get him the ball.
Yeah.
And what could go wrong, right?
Yeah, great. I thought, I didn't even catch who was on the far side. I thought he was running all alone. But, Phil Hart found Bliss. It worked out.
Yeah, that one hurts. Union AC Valley, if they could take a little positive momentum into the second half.
Okay, and Funk's kick up and good. So as we go into halftime, Port Allegany leads Union AC Valley 49-6. Going back to your story there from the Lori Chase files, she had commented here that Earl Dolloway was the punter that we talked about. His older brother Cliff is actually the only Port Allegany grad that she could find that ever played in the NFL. He played 4 games, had 2 catches for 42 yards. He played for the 1935 Pittsburgh Pirates.
Wow.
So
these are the stories that need to get out. Thank you, Lori.
Yeah.
And I was reading through that article, said he had 6 brothers. One was Herb Dolloway, and I can remember my grandfather talking about being, serving in the military overseas and served with Herb Dolloway. So it's kind of cool to, pull this article up and see that. It's 49-6. Since we're telling stories, we were talking about some of these names here from that 1924 team. It'd kind of be cool to name off the starting 11 here and see if there's any
family or anything out there. Yeah. So Port Allegany, beat Canisius out of Buffalo 20-0 back in 1924. But some of the last names we have here are Phelan,
I think.
Phelan,
Darden,
Burgett, Brown, Vandermark, Newland, Hugler, Barco, Abbott, Meeker, and Anderson.
Yeah.
So, if any of those names, are your grandfather, great-grandfather, father, we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
Great history. We've been touching on Aiden Bliss a lot tonight, and his accomplishments, and rightly so. But through the years, Port Allegany has just churned out great running back after great running back after great running back. I mean, you basically could look at any squad that Port Allegany has had over the years and just said, oh, this guy was a great running back. This guy was a great running back. So,
yeah. I'm hesitating. Just talking to people over the years, talking to my dad, Claire Hauber, he's told me a lot of stories about Gator football history. he points out the 67-68 team. We were just talking on the phone today, and he talked about that team and just said that their backfield was Mike Niles, Kirk Johnson, and Butch Fallenstein. QB Mike Herger. They were undefeated 2 years in a row. He said their second team could have beat almost any team in the league.
Wow.
That's how good they were. Then you flash forward, like we were talking about Barry Beauvais, before our time, but, legends live on. I mean, you hear those names, you hear those stories. Barry had a great junior and senior year. Flash forward to the 80s, you had Dick Sherwood, Paul Robbins, Todd McInowitz. I mean, there was, others, Rick Vayu. A lot of good names there. I'm trying to, flash forward a couple more years. Brandon Bliss. And then you go into the early 2000s. Claude Haskins, who had the single-season rushing record, was eclipsed by, Aiden Bliss last year. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take a break here and turn it over to the Port Allegany Marching Band.
With what? Especially that mustache. You're irresistible.
I was drinking wine at the table. I'm like, I mean, I like the less. I see the pasta or meat.
Get out your 50-50 tickets.
$60-$70 pizza. Too rich for my blood.
Tonight's winning number is a green ticket. You throw yours away, Burgess. Ticket number 400-45304. Again, 400-45304. If you have the winning ticket, come out to the press box and collect $414.
Hey, Rick. Happy almost your birthday.
I was going to tell you that yesterday and I forgot. How you guys doing?
Good to see you, buddy.
See ya. Yep.
Good game so far for us, right?
Yeah, it could be a little close.
I don't imagine we're going to see our kid out there too much here in the second half. Oh, Tyler might get to play some defense. That would be nice. That would be good. It's fun to start. A little more glory on the defensive side.
Oh, yeah,
It's more fun to hit a little more off. Yeah, for sure.
So have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Did he?
Tonight's 50-50 winner is Nick McCurvey. If you want to follow him over to the concession stand, maybe he'll treat you to a hot dog.
Boy, Lige.
Suicide Prevention Month provides a dedicated time to come together with collective passion and strength to address this difficult topic. The truth is, we can all benefit from honest conversations about mental health and suicide, because just one conversation can change a life. At this time, I ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence to remember all those who are no longer with us. Help is always available. Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Call or text 988. Together, we can help prevent suicide. Thank you.
I don't think he is. Unless there's a real compelling reason. I can't imagine what it would be.
Coming home and seeing mom's probably not here.
Mom's going to have to make the trip.
Maybe your sister's chicken wing did.
If she'd ship it to him, good.
Yeah. Was he home? Was he homecoming king?
Prom, not homecoming.
Oh, I was gonna say he'd have to come back to pass the
Kistler's
ground
got to
on.
come back.
Okay.
And Kistler wasn't going to come back for Thanksgiving. He's got to come back.
Yeah.
So maybe I might.
I'll bet Kistler doesn't come back if it's a football game. I'll bet he'll.
Well, it's a home game this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kent State. Oliver Billings. He's bang. He's like 6'5" or 260.
Oh man.
The end.
He used to want us to take a selfie in some of these on the damn thing that summer.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. If you go in the bathroom. Oh.
When I was doing the wrestling stream, I had the password for the Wi-Fi, so they must have changed it because it doesn't.
Okay, welcome back here as we begin the second half. Union AC Valley will be receiving the kick. And we are in the mercy rule, so the clock will not stop here in the second half.
Unless they cut the lead under 35.
Right, yes, yeah. So a few scores here from Union, and we'll be out of the mercy rule, but until then. So we'll see what adjustments each team has made. Funk on the kick, and another big boot from Funk will be taken there by Fleming. Cuts to the far side and runs into, I can't quite see the number yet.
Return to the 30-yard line.
Looks like Burgess, Calvin Burgess.
Calvin Burgess with the stop.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcon Knights from the 30-yard line.
I just want to apologize to our viewers for speaking over while our band was playing. We were expecting the Union AC Valley band to be playing, which we usually try not to talk over anybody's band, but my apologies. Just kind of got lost telling our stories. And,
yep. And it actually turns out that they didn't even bring a band tonight, which is unusual. But Bish out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off, and met by basically the entire Gator defense. And that looked like Might have been Gallagher on the run. While we have some time, I'd like to do a few more shout-outs here. RJ Vayu is loving the stories that we're telling and is kind of curious about the old PAC TV tapes with Mr. Nasto and Mr. Bennett on the call.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, where those old VHSs are, and I'm sure somebody's got them stored away somewhere. And Bish hands off again, met immediately in the backfield there by.
Ooh, don't do that.
Oh, and it's too much.
Can't do that, guys.
That was Jackson Young, number 50 there, just finishing it out, but way after the whistle. That'll be a personal foul, 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike. But a few more here. Getting a call out. We have Al Locker.
Yeah, the great Al Locker.
Great Al Locker, former voice of the Gators, watching from Harrisburg. And Lindy Ackerman, Lindy Stairs, watching from Bradford. I also got a text from Eric Stauffer, right here in Port Allegany, or watching from the Lake House up in Machias.
First and 10.
Said that, great broadcast, everything so far. So Bish will turn and toss to Gallagher. He's got a little bit of room out there and will be taken down short. And that looked like Wilfong on the tackle. Short gain there by Gallagher, about 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I got a text there from Jill Stuckey. Thanks for tuning in, Jill. Jill's done some work for the Gator Network, doing some basketball games for us. Jill from the Athletic Beauvais family we've talked about.
Yeah, she's called some basketball games, member of the Gator Network, so thank you, Jill, for tuning in. And we'd love to, we've been talking a lot about Port Allegany, but we certainly like to give the shout-out to all the student athletes. So, if you're watching from the Union AC Valley School Districts, we'd love to hear some of the star athletes from years past for them. Reyes on the carry, stopped short there by number 52. That'll be Calvin Burgess, or Gavin Moses, sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, we were talking off air. You were talking to that coach. I don't know if you caught his name pregame, but they, Union and AC Valley, we asked him how far apart the schools are. He said 19 miles, about a 25-minute ride. It'd kind of be cool to, know when they merged their football program and maybe some of the names from their history.
Yeah, from both schools. So, if you're watching and want to type in, we'd love to give them a shout-out as well. Bish out of the shotgun. He'll do a quarterback keeper. And wrapped up, but he's still going, and he'll cross the line to gain, or he's very close. And he is. That's a first down for the Falcon Knights. Owen Bish on the carry.
Yeah, he's a tough runner, and, being a Gator fan, happy to see that he's a senior. Wish him well next year, whatever he ends up doing, and, having a pretty good senior season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we have the continuous clock now, we're at about 8:42. 1st and 10 here for Union AC Valley.
1st and 10 on the 50-yard line.
From the 50, there's the snap. Handoff to Gallagher. Breaks a few tackles, still going, dragging Gators across. Gets down to about the 37, 36-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Union AC Valley. Great run there from Max Gallagher.
Yeah, it looked like Hoover rode him down there. I initially thought that was Vayu, but...
Yeah, I got to get below these windows of that reflection.
Yeah, you've got Mr. Riley's, kind of chuckling at the story I have in front of me. Jeremy's going to tell this story here when we have a break. Little story from the 50s with a family connection for Jeremy.
So 1st and 10 here. Bish still in the shotgun. And he'll hand off to Gallagher again, right up the middle. Met by quite a few Gators. Short gain, gain of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. At the Gator 35.
So we haven't seen a pass yet here in the second half. That was kind of their Achilles heel. 4 picks in the first half. Kerry, you did mention it in the first that they did seem to move the ball fairly well running. Bish, their only touchdown was a rushing touchdown. So that's certainly what Union has been sticking to here to start the third quarter. So Bish will take it. And he pulls it back. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He goes far side. And he's going to be met there by 2 Gators. Still going. And finally forced out. And another flag.
Flag on the play.
What a nice fake there by Bish. I mean, I was watching the running back thinking he had it, and then Bish pulled it, and, nice athletic run along the left-hand side there.
Yeah, we'll see what the flag is.
A little extracurricular after the play.
Yeah, I think so. It is a personal foul against Port. So that'll give Union AC Valley a free first down. As the refs walk it off here.
So 2 personal fouls against the Gators here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's obviously not going to make Coach Binkowski happy. You got to stay disciplined, even though you have a huge lead. You can't let your emotions kind of get the best of you here. But, mistakes happen. Passions run high in football. So hopefully they just kind of clean that up here.
Yep, play to the whistle and then stop.
So we have Nick Alasi here near side. And Bish on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, why not?
And they're pushing. People are piling on. And he'll gain a few. And just so everybody knows, Jake Causer is wearing number 60 for the second half. He was in on that tackle, no longer number 24 for the second.
Okay, that makes sense. Walks like Jake. Jake did a little work for the Gator Network over the winter. Called some bocce games and
called a basketball game. Yeah, I worked with Jake on a girls' basketball game. Yeah, great athlete, senior this year. So obviously want to make the most of his senior year of football. Okay, so we have Aiden Fox here our side. Bish hands off to Gallagher, wrapped up quickly there by Gavin Moses. Help came from Capel and Philhart.
Run by Gallagher.
And he dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, Gavin Moses, I pointed out earlier, he had an impressive game against Brockway.
3rd and 14.
Just was all over the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Gavin, sophomore, so 2 more years for Gavin. So the Falcon Knights lost 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 14. We still have Gallagher in the backfield as well with Bish. And, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Bish right up the middle, shedding tackles, still going. And finally it'll be wrapped up by Nick Wilfong, flung to the ground.
Tackle by Nick Wilfong.
Yeah, shifty move there.
Yeah, he does a great job of play faking there. You think every time he's giving it to the running back, and then he pulls it, and he's just off to the races.
Yeah, they do a great job on that RPO. And we'll see the replay here. Yeah, sheds tackles. There's Nick. Grabs him, whips him to the ground. That was a touchdown-saving tackle from Wilfong. So it'll be 1st and goal here from the 5-yard line for Union AC Valley.
Yeah, I think you just keep it on the ground here for Union AC Valley.
Absolutely. You're moving the ball very well.
Port Allegany has a few subs here, but, still a lot of, a few starters in there.
Oh, there's Bish, hands off, up the middle. And is he in? And he is in. That was Michael Yerke, number 21 on the score. So that'll bring this score to 49-12 at the moment with 3:49 to go in the third quarter.
3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the third quarter.
We'll see if they're going to try to kick this or punch it in for 2. Does look like they're going to kick.
So it cuts the lead. Okay, so 37. Okay, so mercy rule still in effect, but does stop for scores and timeouts, injuries.
The kick on the way, and it is through. It is good. Eduardo Galarte, number 30 on the kick. So that is 49-13. So while we have some time here before the kickoff, we'd like to give you guys a little story here from the 50s. Huge game back in
1953. I think is what it was.
1953.
Undefeated.
The undefeated Gators went over to Smethport, really struggled, came out with a 6-6 tie, but the headline grabber was that a fist fight broke out between the players after the game. What helped the Gators there, poor punt put the Gators down at the Smethport 12-yard line. Paul Hoffauer and my grandfather, Jerry Stair, were the running backs. And, they alternated the carries. Hoffauer with the score to tie it. They tried to go for the win. And my grandpa, Jerry Stair, unfortunately did not get in, so that's where the tie came. It was nearly a huge upset for the Hubs. But, yeah, back in 1953, I do believe that Port won the AML that year. We had a banner in the school depicting that. So, yeah, nice to see a story there from my grandfather, gym teacher here for a long time. That kick goes over Phil Hart's head. Burgess will pick it up at about the 1-yard line and he'll have to bring it out. And he is met almost immediately. Gets out to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, your grandfather was my gym teacher up until about 4th grade, then had Mr. Nasto for the rest of elementary school. Your grandfather was big in organizing the punt, pass, and kicks. I think it was the Knights of Columbus punt, pass, and kick competition. He was always a part of that.
Yeah, he was actually my gym teacher. His last year was my kindergarten year, so I got to have him for kindergarten. I remember him. I remember the gym show that they used to put on.
Yeah.
I remember he pulled me out of the crowd and had me sit on top of the horse and had the 6th graders jump over me.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, that's a neat memory, So the Gators start deep in their own territory from the 9. And Phil Hart will hand off. I'll get you that number here. And we have mostly subs in at this point now for the Gators. That looked like number 13, Chase Boyd, on the carry. And he'll pick up a few. That's going to be 2nd and long.
The gym show, boy, that brings back some memories. From my class, one of my old friends, Trey Johnson, used to walk on his hands, down and back, and I don't know how many times he did it, but he was incredible.
Yeah, another one that could do that, Bobby Nichols.
Oh, yeah.
Class of 2006. Serving in the United States Air Force right now. So, shout out to Bobby. I mean, I don't know if he's watching or not, but, yeah, he could walk on his hands the entire length of the gym as well. So we have Phil Hart out of the shotgun here. And the snap, maybe we'll give it. And met almost immediately. Not sure who was on that carry.
Handoff to Julian Cable.
Julian Cable.
3rd and 6.
Picks up a couple 3rd and 6 now for the Gators.
Yeah, talking about really good running backs over the years in Gator history. You mentioned Bobby Nichols.
Yeah.
He and Cody Anderson shared the backfield at that point. They were the two-headed monster back then.
Yeah, and a couple classes before them, Claude Haskins. Great runner. He was a 1,000-yard rusher as well.
Yep. He had we mentioned earlier the single-season rushing record up until last year when Aiden Bliss eclipsed that.
So now the Gators letting it kind of wind here a little bit. We're down about a minute 46 to go in the 3rd. The snap. Phil Hart will look to throw. Oh, and it's picked off. And that's going to be a touchdown. I mean, big number 54, Colbin Elliott, just jumped right up and snagged it. And basically, I mean, he was at the 5 when he caught it, just fell forward, and he was in.
Yeah. So, good play there by Union AC Valley, and see if that changes the game plan here for the Gators.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll bring the score now 49-19. Giarte on for the extra point for the Falcon Knights. Yeah, 2 scores here in the 3rd. The kick on the way, and it is good. So 49-20 with a minute 37 left to go in the 3rd. 2 quick scores. Obviously, that one was not intended, but, when you start deep in your own territory, trying to make some things happen.
Yeah, I like the fact that they were going to the air. I mentioned that pregame that thought maybe that, this is the time to start ramping it up. You've got some big opponents coming up. You've got at St. Mary's. You've got at Brookville. Hopefully a home playoff game. Hopefully a rematch with Red Bank Valley and, deep in the playoffs. So, I like the idea of going to the air. I think you're probably going to see that onside kick again here. So hopefully that front line's awake.
Yeah, hopefully they got their hands team up there. It looks like we have Gavin Moses and Jackson Young our side, Ethan Tarbox, and Carson Neely are the front four that will be lined up for the Gators. And Guillarte's kick, he will send it deep. Burgess will have to chase it down again, and it'll stop again inside the 5. He picks it up. And he's going to be wrapped up. No, he gets away. Still running. Oh, great effort, but gets out to about the 5-yard line. That is jersey ripped off there and his shoulder pads. I thought he was dead to rights, but shifty move there from Burgess.
That ball just kind of died there like the 2 or 3 yard line. That's the second time that's happened.
Yeah, you could see Burgess expecting it to roll into the end zone for a touchback. Unfortunately, great kick by Guillarte.
Yeah.
So after the quick pick 6 there from Phil Hart to Elliott, we'll see if the Gators just keep it ground and pound, or are we going to continue, maybe try throwing the ball a little bit more. To your point, Kerry, we're going to have to throw the ball at some point.
We think, yeah. I think everybody knew that Aiden Bliss was going to be running the ball today, and 5 rushing touchdowns on the day, 7 total.
So we have Boyd in the backfield along with Capel. Phil Hart out of the shotgun. We'll hand it to Capel. He comes our side. And he's still squirming, and he'll get out beyond the 10. Oh, great blocking downfield there.
Yeah, Babcock working his way down, 15, 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, way to follow the block. That was great work from Braden Babcock. Bring up 2nd and 4. Nice 6-yard run there from Capel.
Yeah, big Jared Funk over there getting a little offensive work. Pretty nice to be able to bring in a 6'4", 6'5" kid.
Yeah, absolutely. You think he should be certainly a weapon. In the Gator passing game, being that tall, he could simply just jump over any defender probably in the league.
Yeah, I think he's dealt with a little bit of shoulder issues so far this year.
So we'll have Stilson closest to us, Funk on the far side. Handoff to Chase Boyd, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield there by number 32, Christian Salazani. And a 3rd down again, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Port Allegany 49, Union AC Valley 20.
I was looking through my Lori Chase files there to see if I had any more stories. You mentioned Claude Haskins. I think just kind of a cool thing is that Claude Haskins, a Navy SEAL, Mike Sowers, a Navy SEAL, both, Port Allegany alumni, technically both Rowlett roots.
Yeah, yep.
What statistically 2 guys to come from Rowlett, Pennsylvania, one of the smallest towns.
Yeah.
And to achieve that status in the Navy SEALs, I just think is really cool. I don't know statistically what that is, but
about 1,000 people living, in Rowlett, spread out across, I think about 32 square miles. So, very rural, as everybody knows up here. But yeah, two Navy SEALs coming out of Rowlett. Kudos to those guys, and actually, everybody serving in the armed forces. I want to, thank them for their service. Giving us the opportunity, to do this by putting their life on the line. So, we'd like to thank all veterans out there. We really appreciate your service to this country. Yes, we'll have a 3rd down. So we just flip the field here to start the 4th. A pitch to, looks like Boyd, and he'll pick up the 1st down.
There we go.
Good run there from freshman running back Chase Boyd.
Nice run on the outside. Picks up the first down. First down, Gators.
Oh, I'd like to see a little bit of life here from the Gators with that, the subs being in there.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to see the runner around the outside there from Chase Boyd. Athletic kid.
So we'll have Funk and Stilson here closest our side receivers. We got Boyd in the backfield with Capel, and Phil Hart still quarterbacking. So still trying to figure things out. Gators haven't even got set yet.
Yep, Union AC Valley kind of switching cover guys here.
Down to about 7 seconds on the play clock. Phil Hart will toss it out to Boyd again. Good block downfield by Capel. He's out across the 30, down to the 35, 40, 45, 50, and he is forced out at about the 45-yard line there by number 44, Parker Wilson. Huge run from Chase Boyd.
Yeah, great run there. I think it was Jared Funk along the sidelines, just putting a guy into the his teammates on the sidelines. That was a great block.
Yeah, here we got the replay. Great run from Boyd. Yeah, finally forced out there. Great blocking again. I don't think we can mention it enough. These guys don't get these runs without the blocking, from the interior guys and the wide receivers. Well, I'd like to give a shout out here to our Gator Network crew again. Dave Bartlett, the producer, the brains of the operation. Connor Valentine running the digital scoreboard that you're seeing on screen. Our cameramen, Dan Funk and Daniel Morey up top of the press box, and Jason Stake on field. I'd also like to thank Doug Archer. Can't be here tonight. Usually does these duties. Another pitch to Boyd. Cuts it back. And he'll get up to about the 43-yard line, a short gain. So, hoping, Doug is watching. Hope I'm filling his shoes okay. I'd like to thank you, Kerry, for doing this with me. It's always a pleasure to sit up here and, have a conversation, watch some good football.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun working with you, working with Doug, working with the crew. Appreciate all the stories that we can get from, Lori Chase and others.
Hey, the Gator, oh boy, blown up there. That was Boyd on the carry. Short loss, bring up 3rd and 11 from the 46-yard line. We're under 8.5 to go.
20 to go.
And the Gators obviously just taking their time, letting the clock run. No rush here, up by 29. Okay, we'd like to not get ahead of ourselves here, but after the game, please stay. Do not leave our broadcast. We'll do an on-field interview with a few Gator players with some new equipment that we have.
On field, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Phil Hart under center. He will pitch to Boyd again. Capel out in front.
Boyd on the outside.
And he'll gain a few.
Gain of 5 on the play. Brings up
And
4th
he is
down.
met there by Peyton Wilson and others.
42.
I thought maybe if he would have stayed outside there, he had a chance for a couple extra yards. But, can't fault him for cutting up inside. That's usually something that you have to teach young runners is everybody wants to go outside and doesn't want to run up inside. So,
yeah, and, obviously down there probably saw an opening. And, credit to Union AC Valley's defense, closed that gap pretty quick and limited them. It's going to be 4th and 7 now for the Gators. And looks like they are going to punt. First punt of the game for Port.
who's back to punt there?
That's
you
what
see
I was
the number?
trying to see. Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake. It's Brennan Philhart, and there's a flag on the play. Yeah, that's a horse collar.
That ended up working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week against Brockway. Well, to start the year was Neely was the punter, and then last week against Brockway was Vayu. Brennan Philhart back to punt there.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for the call. Let's give it up for our Port Allegany Gator cheerleaders.
Oh, they're going to call a face mask. A personal foul on Union AC Valley. That'll give the Gators a free first down and 15 yards.
Gators pick up a first down with the penalty flag. It's now 1st and 10 from the 25.
And we asked for some Union players. Sean Lathrop texted me and said James Yoder. He played running back for Union. He was a 1,000-yard rusher for Union back before the merger. A state trooper.
Former Port Allegany resident for a little while, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Hope he's doing well.
So we have Philhart out of the shotgun. Boyd to his left, Capel to his right. There's the snap. Another handoff to Boyd. Cuts it up inside. Breaks a tackle. And could not break the second, but gets up to the 20. Gain of about 5. Nice run there from Chase Boyd.
Brings up 2nd and 5. Let's also give it up for the Port Allegany Gator Band. Great job tonight, guys.
Okay, getting the call in from the sideline. Gators checking their wristbands here. Something that even the Pony team has incorporated into their offense. So same setbacks, Capel to the right, Boyd to the left, Stilson here near side, Funk far side for the receivers. Philhart out of the shotgun. The snap, another one to Boyd, up inside, nice gain, he broke a tackle, he's going to the end zone. We'll see them, a touchdown! Chase Boyd on the run. Great run there from Chase Boyd, 20 yards out.
Yeah,
that'll make it 55-20.
Great job. Way to follow his blocks. Found a little seam there. The Gators come in averaging 55, I believe. Let's check our stats here. So that keeps pace with, what they've done the first 4 games.
Yeah, here's the replay. Great hole following Capel, and then just broke a few. Yeah, great run there from Chase Boyd. So the Gators staying on the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Yeah, they matched their season average for points, and they're averaging giving up 21 points a game. So this is a pretty average game statistically for the Gators.
Right.
I hate to say anything average about this game, but Philhart on the quarterback keeper up the middle, and he is in. Great run there from Brennan Philhart, makes it 57-20 with 4:50 to go.
Yeah, a little break in the action here. We were talking pregame, talking with Mr. Clark, talking with some of the guys around here. This has been a pretty good fall so far for the all the Gator sports teams. Boys soccer 8-2 so far. Girls soccer 7-2. Volleyball 8-0, and the cross country team co-op with Smethport won the league. And our Gator varsity 5-0. Well,
will be.
I didn't mean to get ahead of myself. Looking like they're heading to 5-0. And, happy to see, 1987, I always hear, I was like 4 years old, but I always hear 1987 was the year of the Gator.
Yeah.
The Gators just won everything, boys and girls side of things, and hopefully we're seeing a replay of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, 2024, 25, that could be the second year of the Gator. Anybody that's been to our gym there down in the swamp, you look at every banner hanging on there, you'll see an 87. So, hoping continued success for all our fall sports teams and, continuing into the winter and the spring. Girls basketball had a good playoff run last year, hoping that they can repeat, go a little farther in the playoffs, looking ahead to winter sports. Oh, there's the kick from Funk. And he just stopped. I don't know who that was on the return there for Union AC Valley. He just basically stopped running and stood there. I did not get the number.
72 for the Gators. Who's that?
Patrick McMahon.
All right.
Yeah, junior on the tackle.
Good job, Patrick.
So that will be 1st and 10 for Union AC Valley from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, heading into the spring or the winter, like you said, the girls basketball team won the league last year. Boys basketball team was 3rd. Otto Eldred and Cameron County have been very difficult the last couple of years, so that'll be a tough, tough conference to battle in. Wrestling team's always good.
Yes. And a hand looked like a keeper from Bish. Oh, they have a backup now in. Number 4, Seth Shirley. Appeared to be the ball carrier there for the Falcon Knights.
Yeah, our wrestling team, Coach B.J. Greenman does a great job with that team. Before that, it was Sean Lathrop.
Yeah.
Did a great job. It's almost, not to get ahead of ourselves, but almost an automatic thing. You're hanging a banner up in the gym, looking at state qualifiers.
Yeah, we have a state champ here on the field, Carson Neely. He's fantastic. So, yeah, it is, like you said, don't want to get ahead of yourself, but almost a foregone conclusion that the Gators usually always hang a banner for wrestling. Now we co-op with Smethport. That helps, certainly. And that play goes absolutely nowhere. That was number 4. That's Seth Shirley on the carry for the Falcon Knights as we approach the 3-minute mark to go in this game.
Yeah, and back to wrestling, I careful to wade into the wrestling discussion because I'm no wrestling expert, but last year you had Carson Neely as a heavyweight, you had Miska Young, you had Yuso Young and Aiden Bliss. It took him a few weeks post-football to get into the weight that he needed to be at, and now, Miska Young has graduated. He was sitting right in front of us here. On to St. Bonaventure to play a little rugby, and so it looks like it'll, everyone will kind of slot into more of a natural position now.
Right.
Neely, Young, and Bliss.
So Union AC Valley still out of the shotgun as they have been all night. And the snap, a handoff. Oh, quarterback keeper, and whipped to the ground. Fumble on the play. Ball still loose. We'll see who comes up with it here.
Fumble on the play.
And looks like that's going to stay Union AC Valley ball. It's going to be a 1st down for them.
Wow.
Ball getting a little slick here. We'll watch the replay.
So a little break in the action here. I don't know what's happening here.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it is our ball.
Oh, is it?
Gator recovery.
Yeah, it looked like Brennan Philhart maybe came away with that from the replay.
I thought somebody from the Gators had it.
Yeah, the way the refs were moving, it didn't look like they were willing to really make a call there, so I figured it was going to stay Union AC Valley ball. But, great break there for the Gators. Great fumble recovery from Brennan Philhart, we believe, after watching the replay.
It looks like the Gators might kneel here. I'll tell a quick story that flashed in my brain. Heard the Macarena being played by the band, and the great Jim Turner, one of my favorite people of all time. I can remember we had a pool party for football and seeing Mr. Turner there doing the Macarena. That's a great memory. I just love Mr. Turner.
Oh yeah,
inspirational guy. I can remember him as our junior high coach, and he's the type of guy you want to run through a wall for.
Yeah. I had Mr. Turner. He's a member of the Mansfield University Hall of Fame. Called him Jungle Jim in his Mansfield days. Great football coach, great teacher, just a great man.
Yeah.
So the Gators in victory formation again, looking to kneel this thing down, and that should just about do it. From Gator Field, we got 30 seconds left, but the clock will run. The final will be 57-20. The Gators move to 5-0. And please hang around as we'll do an on-field interview. So do not leave the broadcast. But I'd like to thank everybody tonight. Dave Bartlett, Carrie Hoover, Connor Valentine, Daniel Morey, Dan Funk, and Jason Stake, I am Jeremy Morey. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and hang tight for the post-game interviews.
All right, thank you.
Okay, folks, we're getting some players over here for the post-game interviews.
I got to jump. Hey, we're going to do it on just jump right here. Guys, right here. Let's walk on. Yep. How are we doing? Individuals? Right here. Hayden.
Hayden can go first. Then we'll go you.
And
Can you hear me?
We can do it up there. It's fine.
Do we want to do it up? We just learning a little bit here. But Aiden, coming into the game, you were actually leading the state in touchdowns. Added 7 tonight. You touched on how great. Congratulations. All right, we'll have Nick Wilfong on next. We just had Aiden here. All right, fantastic game. Thank you very much. Is that good? Okay. Gavin Moses, great game. A lot of tackles there. What were you seeing defensively from Union AC, or on the defensive side from Union AC Valley?
The best we can.
Yeah, it was a. I didn't. We didn't even mention it really in the broadcast, but first game back for Coach Binkowski after those sideline infractions. What kind of boost did that give you guys to have him back on the sideline?
Great coach. Pushes.
Absolutely great defensive game. You guys gave up a couple. In the second half there, but what can you say about this defensive unit? It's just been stifling all year.
Every day, pushing ourselves and just trying to be the best we can, and pushing each other, just everything we can possibly do just to be best.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for doing this. Great game. All right, we'll bring in Chase Boyd here, freshman running back. Chase, great runs there at the end. What can you tell us about that touchdown?
It felt amazing. First touchdown of the year. I'm glad to have the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We saw you guys, really struggling there for a little bit, but Capel out in front of you. You had some great blocking from your receivers. It was a great run. Getting some minutes here in the end of the game. But what can you say about this team? 5-0 now. Fantastic. Again, fantastic run. Shedding tackles. You're not the biggest guy, but obviously a lot of heart. What can you say about that touchdown run, what you saw?
There I was.
Well, fantastic. Great game, Chase. Thank you for doing the interview, and good job. We'll see you guys later, and we'll be heading it back upstairs. Next week, the Gators are on the road. Thank you for joining the Port Allegany School District Gator Network broadcast. Final here at Gator Field, Port Allegany 57, Union AC Valley 20.